Welcome to Emily's Sugar Deco Art. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a daisy flower. First, here are the tools and materials we need to have. Pliers, a rolling pin, a cell stick, a brush, wire, size 26, some paper towel, a daisy cutter, yellow gum paste and white gum paste, silicone molds, Tylose glue, Crisco, and cornstarch. The first step is to make the flower center. Using the pliers, bend the tip of the wire towards you, forming a tiny hook like this one, and then close it in a little bit. Next, take the hook with the pliers and bend it so it forms a 90-degree angle. Now take a bit of the yellow gum paste and knead it to soften it. If you feel it is sticking to your hands, you can rub them with a bit of Crisco. We are now ready to make the center of the flower using one of the two silicone molds. Take the cornstarch and powder the mold. Form a ball with the yellow gum paste and put it in the mold cavity that corresponds to the daisy's center. Next, take the wire and apply a bit of Tylose glue. Since the wire is covered with fabric, it will be moist, but it should not be soaked in the glue. Use the paper towel to dry it as needed. Here's why we need the hook, so that the wire takes enough of the flower's center. Here we have the daisy's center previously dried. It is recommended to let it dry for 2 days. Now we are going to use the white gum paste and press it in with the second mold to form the actual flower. Naturally, first we need to knead it in order to warm it up and increase its elasticity. Again, if it sticks to your hands, rub them with a bit of Crisco. Next, flatten it using your roll. If it's still sticking, powder it with the cornstarch. Here is a new way of using the cutter, which you may not have seen before. Since it is not a very sharp cutter, instead of pressing the cutter on the top of the gum paste, we'll use it the other way around. Place the cutter on the table and put the gum paste on top of the cutter. Smooth it out with the roll. Pick up the cutter and with an outward movement, detach the extra gum paste using your thumb. This way, the flower is cut and the edges are smooth. Now using the flat end of the cell stick, push the daisy flower out. As you can see, edges are smooth. Next, take the daisy mold and powder both halves with the cornstarch to prevent them from sticking. Place the gum paste flower on top of the concave half as centered as possible. Both halves have a wedge that serves as a mark. When pressing them together, make sure that they match. Firmly press the mold together. Remove the top half of the mold, and while rotating it, gently squeeze the mold in order to loosen the flour. Next, apply with the brush a thin coat of Tylose glue on the base of the flower center. Now you can proceed to form the daisy flower by inserting the wire stem through the flower. The nice thing about the daisy, and the reason why it is great to use the mold, is the texture in its petals. By using the mold, the end result is a natural-looking daisy. It is now time to let the flower dry. Here's a good tip to do just that. Using a piece of styrofoam as a base, bend the wire stem to a 90-degree angle so that the flower is completely sideways. If you place the flower completely straight or even upside down, the petals will fall after a while and will lose their original shape. If done correctly, the end result will be a daisy like this one previously dried.